Hi everybody, how are we doing? Hope having a good week so far. So today is Tuesday the 14th of October 2014. We're back. Gotham aired last night, episode 4 titled Arkham. I've been really looking forward to this episode because it's Arkham. It's Arkham Asylum. It wasn't so much about what's going on in Arkham, more of who wants to own Arkham. So basically the episode is it's about the Maroni and the Falcone gangs basically tussling over, what's left of Arkham. I believe it's Falcone wants to, sort of like build low-cost housing and remake Arkham, the asylum, into like a state-of-the-art sort of mental health facility, whereas Maroni wants to use it as a dump for like waste and whatnot. Obviously the direction that Falcone wants to go in is what the Waynes, Martha and Thomas, had envisioned for that area of Gotham. So in a sense, Falcone wants to keep the dream alive for Thomas and Martha and carry on their wish that what they wanted for Arkham. There's a twist in this tale, as there is in every tale that the story is told in. An assassin, a hitman of some sort. We don't know who he's actually working for. At first we're thinking he's working for Falcone, and then we think he's working for Maroni, but he could be working for himself, or he could be working for someone else entirely. Could be Fish Mooney, we don't know. But yeah, he's it's when councilmen and politicians start dying that the Gotham Police Department start taking notice and thinking, right, what is going on here? Why are councilmen left, right and centre dropping dead like flies? And it's all to do with this particular hitman by the name of Richard Gladwell. He uses a very unique device. It's like a wand of some sort, but it's metallic, and he screws it together, and it has a sharp poke that comes out of one end, and the way he takes out one of the first councilmen was really brutal. So that was quite interesting. Barbara Kean, just want to quickly mention her because she does reveal to Gordon a couple of secrets, one regarding Renee Montoya and the other one regarding Oswald Cobblepot, and even Gordon was shocked about about Montoya. But what I was so interested, what made me laugh about that, her scenes in this episode, was that this was the first time that we actually saw her outside of the apartment. We never really see her outside the apartment. Anytime her scene comes up, she's always in the apartment. So this was the first time we saw her. She was in the police department anyway to speak to Jim. So it was really surreal to see that happen. It's like, why did it take 4 episodes? Yes, we're not saying that she doesn't have a life, that she doesn't get out much. It was just so strange to actually see her at the 4th episode that she's out and about. So yeah. What else have we got? Edward Nygma. I am still not sold on him being in the show this early on. Yes, he's working for the police department, but his role in last night's episode was really insignificant in some ways. I just feel that he just pops up when it's necessary. He doesn't actually have a reason to even be there. It's just like, oh, there's Nygma, time for him to give clues to Jim and Harvey. That's about it. So and no disrespect to the actor that plays him, I believe is it Corey Michael Smith that plays him, I believe, but it just feels so forced, the way that he's acting, the way that he's portraying Edward in a way, just so really forceful. There's no real flow to his methods and such, whereas when you look at, say, Jim Carrey, for example, now that's the Riddler right there. But yeah, I don't know, Corey was more you go, okay, it's now my scene, let me overact it in certain areas. It was like, okay, yeah, bit too much, dude, just tone it down a bit, I think you'll be okay. But who knows, maybe somewhere down the line we will eventually get a Edward Nygma centric episode. Speaking of episodes, the show has finally been picked up by Fox for a full season order, so 22 episodes are going to be made, yay. as if there was any doubt. Just waiting for it to be announced for season 2 now. So Fox, please don't cancel it. What else have we got? So yes, Oswald. We've got to talk about Cobblepot. This guy is just, he's now on the up and up. He did something that I didn't expect him to do in this episode. I had an idea that he had a plan of some sort because he is working for Maroney in Maroney's restaurant, but I did not expect what happened in this episode, what he did. It was calculated, it was clever, it was intellectual of him as well. It just shows how sharp and witty and intelligent and very, very mastermind in the way that he behaves. He really is. You know, he is the eyes and ears of Gotham. He's back in Gotham. No one knows apart from Jim now, because he's surprised Jim. Jim's not happy that he's back, because Jim now thinks, now because you're back, Falcone sees you, we're both dead. But Oswald is telling Jim that he wants to be his spy, essentially. He knows, he wants to see what's going on. He wants to put his ears to the ground, his eyes around everybody, to see and hear what is happening. So he knows, he has an idea. I mean, at the first episode, he basically says there's a war coming, you know, rivers of blood and this, that and the other. So he has an idea that Gotham is falling down, is heading to a serious downfall. And then we've got the other side of the coin of that side, where we've got, you know, Bruce Wayne, wondering if there's a way that the city can be saved, because he and Gordon actually have a conversation, and there's a moment as well with Alfred and Gordon as well. You know, so the hints for Bruce are there. His destiny is right there. It's hinting. I like it. I like these little small teasers that they're putting in for young Bruce, which is good. Fish Mooney. Oh my God, that woman, she is ready to kill people. She's sharpening her claws. She is biding her time regarding Falcone. She auditions a couple of girls to be singers, but not necessarily to be singers, more to be something else. And she dubs them her secret weapon. But she's only got room for one. So she does something that we kind of seen in The Dark Knight with the Joker, you know, where he says there's a lot of room for potential, but there's only one space left, you know. So fight amongst yourselves as to who's going to be the one to join my gang as such. And that's what Fish does with these two girls. And the one that wins out is a girl by the name of Liza, who, by the way, reminds me of a friend of mine that I speak to on Twitter, Kristen. Of course, Kristen may not have liked that similarity, because now she thinks I think that she's a baddie. You're not a baddie, Kristen, in any way, shape or form, but you are epically badass, is all I'm going to say. But yeah, so you're awesome. But yeah, so Liza is now Fish Mooney's new protege, as I'd like to call it. So it'll be interesting to see how she goes and what path she takes and what she actually does for Mooney. And who knows? We'll see what happens. But apart from that, really good episode. It ended quite well. Especially with the mayor. Even the mayor was targeted by this Richard Gladwell hitman as well. But as I say, the episode did end quite well on a pretty high note in terms of Arkham itself. So the future for Arkham is bright in some sense, but at the same time, you know, it's still dark as well. So, but what I also love, because I've seen a lot of people talk about it as well, was the way that they showed the Arkham Asylum gate. It was just so comic booky, so creepy and spooky, and it focused on it for like a good 30 seconds, just to give you that epic, eerie feel that this is it. This is Arkham Asylum. This is the shitstorm, basically. So, so that was good. So top-notch marks there for the producers for that one, which I thought was pretty good. But yeah, I think again, really good episode. Next week's episode, I believe, is titled Viper. I can't remember what happened in the trailer, but let's just say things are coming to a head, especially with Fish Mooney, I believe. So yeah, that'll be interesting. But anyway, that's it from me. Thank you all very much for watching. See you all very soon. Bye.